Good morning everyone. In the previous class, I discussed about how to simplify the Boolean expressions using K-maps. But we could use K-maps up to 4 variables. When the number of variables exceeds 4, then it is difficult for us to use K-maps for simplification. So we are going to use one more method called as Quinn-McCluskey method. This method, that is, we can program this method. So it is easy for us to do for any number of variables. We can perform this simplification using QM method for any number of variables. This is the advantage of QM method or Quinn-McCluskey method over your K-maps. But K-maps are efficient up to 4 variables. After 4 variables, it is difficult. So this is used for simplification of Boolean expressions, and this is also called as your tabular method. So whenever we want to apply the QM method for simplification, we have to prepare 2 tables. One is the determination of prime implicants table and one more is essential prime implicants table. So these 2 tables have to be prepared. So I have taken one example and we will see how to apply this QM method for reducing the Boolean expression. So it's a 4 variable completely specified Boolean function what I have taken. So first what you are supposed to do is write down the binary equivalent of all these minterms and then group them based on the number of ones. So first I have converted all the minterms to their binary equivalents. Then I have grouped them based on the number of ones, which have 0 ones, I put it here, which have a single one, I put it under the second section, 2 ones under the third, and so on. Next, we are supposed to determine the prime implicants. How do you determine this prime implicants? It involves different stages. So now what I am supposed to do is I am supposed to compare the first group with the second group for a 1-bit difference. So now I compare 0 with 1. I find that I have a 1-bit difference in the last position. So it's as good as your pairing in your K-map. Or if you take the Boolean laws A bar, B bar, C bar, D bar plus A bar, B bar, C bar, D. So this D bar plus D will give you 1. So you will be left with A bar, B bar, C bar. That I have written. And wherever there is a 1-bit difference in that position, I have marked it as hyphen. That is, that literal can be eliminated. So with what combination I got? With 0 and 1. I have listed it here. And whenever there is a possibility of 1-bit difference, you mark it as a check mark. You mark it with a check mark. Otherwise, if you don't mark it as a check mark, we consider that to be a prime implicant and that has to go to the second table, what I will be discussing next. So next I compare 0 and 2. So here in the third position I have a 1-bit difference, so I marked it as a hyphen and I marked the combination. Next I compare for the second section and the third section for a single bit difference. So now here I find that 1 and 3 have a single bit difference, I have listed. Then 2 and 3 and 2 and 10 also have a single bit difference, I have listed. Then I compare the third section with the fourth section. When I compare the third and the fourth section, I find that 3 and 11, 10 and 11, and 10 and 14, and 12 and 13, and 12 and 14 have a single bit difference. Then I compare the fourth and the fifth section. I've got all these combinations. Next, so now when I come to stage 2, I have to look for 2 variable elimination. From the first stage, I eliminated 1 variable. From the second stage, I have to eliminate 2 variables. It's as good as a quad in your K-maps. So now, what is the criteria here is, the first criteria is the hyphens must be in the same position. Whenever I am comparing 2 combinations, the hyphens must be in the same position and they should differ by 1 bit. So when I examine 0, 1 and 1, 3, the hyphens are not in the same position. But next I compare 0, 1 with 2, 3, I find that hyphens are in the same position. Once the hyphens are in the same position, then look for whether they differ by 1 bit. So here that criteria is also satisfied. So now in this place I put a hyphen and this hyphen I retain. So here I have written 0, 0, hyphen, hyphen with what combination? 0, 1 and 2, 3. So I have listed it here. So this is how you have to make a comparison and put a tick mark for those combinations. Next, one more combination is possible. 0, 2 and 1, 3 hyphens match and there's a 1-bit difference. You get this. But if you just observe, it's the same minterm group. Only thing is the order is changed. That's all. So you can eliminate one and retain one. Then I compare the second and the third section. Second and the third section, only this is possible. 2, 10 with 3, 11. So hyphens do match and there's a 1 bit difference. So I have listed it here. Then I compare the third and the fourth section. Here I have actually two terms what I get. 10, 11, 14, 15. And 10, 14, 11, 15 are the same. So 1 I can take. So 10, 11, 14, 15. There's a 1, the hyphens match and there's a 1 bit difference. Then one more is 12, 13, 14, 15 combination. So hyphens match and there's a 1 bit difference. So I have written that here. So you can retain 1 and eliminate 1. I have also written the literal form of this. That is A, B. I have a 0 in this position. So I indicate it in the complemented form. A bar, B bar, because we are using SOP form. Next, this is B bar, C. This is A, C, and this is A, B. So now in the third stage, once I come to the third stage, I have to examine whether I can reduce 3 variables. It's as good as an octet in your K-map. Now, the criteria for this is the 2 hyphens must be in the same position and they should differ by a single bit. So now if I just examine the first and the second section, hyphens do not match, so ruled out. Second and the third, when I examine, hyphens do not match, so ruled out. I will not check for the second criteria at all. So now just recall, we don't have a check mark what we have put here because the combinations are not possible here. So all this become your prime implicants. They don't have a check mark. We have not put a check mark because the combinations were not possible. So they all become prime implicants and they'll be transferred to the next table. So the next table is how do you determine the essential prime implicants. So in the rows I have listed all the prime implicants and in the columns I have listed the min terms. Now what you're supposed to do is, it's very easy, just go on putting the check mark for this combination against that column. So 0, 1, 2, 3, I put that. 2, 3, 10, 11, I put a check mark. 10, 11, 14, 15 and 12, 13, 14, 15. After doing this, what you're supposed to do is check the columns which have a single tick mark. So now when I examine this, there's a single tick mark for 0 and 1. So now this row becomes essential. So now I take this row 0, 1, 2 and 3. This full combination, all these 4 terms are covered here. Okay, so I have to consider this. So I have indicated that with a check mark. Then I observe that 12 and 13 also have single check mark. So 12, 13, 14, 15 also becomes essential. So I have taken these 2 in my final answer. Next, I have covered 0, 1, 2, 3 and 12, 13, 14, 15 from the first and the last row. But I am left with 10 and 11. But 10 and 11 if you examine, there are 2 check marks and the second and the third row both have 10 and 11. So I can either use B-C or AC. So I have given both the options where A bar, B bar and AB are mandatory in both the expressions. I have just given a choice between these 2. You can either use B-C or AC. So this is our final answer. We have found that the essential prime implicants, that is the minimum number of prime implicants which are required to cover all the min terms, are listed here. This is our final answer. So this method is a bit lengthy. So I would suggest that you just verify your answer with your K-map as a beginner. So now I have taken the same function. That is because I had to verify. I have taken this function and see, this was the first quad what we had got. That is A dash B dash, which was mandatory, and AB was the second quad what we got. This is also mandatory. But I have 1, 1 here. If I pair this, what happens? I will get 3 variables. I don't want 3 variables. When there's a possibility, I can group this. Always we have to group for look for a larger group. So I can either make a quad with these 2 ones along with this, or I can take these 2 ones along with these 2 ones and form a quad. So that was the option. I can either use AC or B-C. So this is our solution. So I think it is clear. And to summarize this method, this is used for simplifying your Boolean expressions, and we can use this for any number of literals because it is programmable, and mainly it involves 2 tables. One is creation of your prime implicants table and the second one is determining the essential prime implicants. So I think you have followed this, and I have given you one problem to be solved. Solve this problem and mark the right answer. Thank you.